Tell me, how are the Delhi Capitals shaping up at this moment? You've got Prithvi Shaw, Shreyas Iyer, Rishabh Pant, Shikhar Dhawan, four of the top Indian batting talent. You must be very happy with your, your top order choices, Ricky.
Yeah, look, our squad is very, very good. You know, we had a great squad of players last year. Last season was, if you'd like, a bit of a breakout season for Delhi. You know, the change of the name, the rebranding of the franchise, new people in and around. And I thought the cricket we played last year was absolutely outstanding. So last year's done. We've got to move on to this year. We've got to find a way to make sure we're ultra competitive every game we play this year. But yeah, as you say, the batting side of things, certainly on the Indian side of things, shapes up really well. You know, we've added Shimron Hetmeyer, we've added Marcus Stoinis, we've added Alex Carey as overseas batsmen in there. You know, Rabada remains, which is a huge weapon for us. Andrich Nortje comes into our squad, who's been incredibly impressive in everything that he's done since he's been here. You know, and then we added Ajinkya Rahane and Ravi Ashwin to our squad as well, two very, very experienced Indian cricketers, two very experienced IPL players. And, so I'm really happy with the squad. But as I always say, and I've said to our boys right the way through, every team right now will be sitting down saying that they're really happy with their squad and they've got a great squad of players. It's the team that's going to manage themselves the best and certainly make the most of big situations in games that's going to win this IPL.
Absolutely. And Ricky, as you speak, I must concede yet again, it's such a joy whenever we speak to you because you make the work of the anchor so easy. You're so clear in your head and your thoughts when you talk about cricket. And that's what I've been missing for a while. Now, tell me, you must have sat down with Rishabh Pant and shared your thoughts. I mean, he's one such batsman, not only the IPL or Indian cricket, but in world cricket, who can single-handedly change the face of a match. Have you told him that he has a very, very big responsibility this time?
No, look, Rishabh's very aware of my expectations to him and what his expectations are, certainly from all of his teammates as well. But he's also the sort of person that you don't want to push too hard. You don't want to push too much. I make sure I'm really hard on him with the way that he goes about his preparation and how he prepares and how he thinks about his cricket. But once it's game time, he's that sort of guy that it almost doesn't matter how well they train. You know, when the game comes around and the situation in the game comes around, that he's going to get the job done for you more often than not. So, look, for me, I've got a great relationship with Rishabh. As I said, he knows what I expect of him. He knows what his team expects of him, and we just got to get him prepared to go out and play. And right now, as I said, 4 days or 5 days before our first game, he'll be ready to play in that first game against the Kings 11.
So tell me, Ricky, I'm sure you wouldn't mind me asking this. You're welcome not to answer. Will you play your best batsman at number 3? I mean, if you're to open with Prithvi and Shikhar, I mean, who would be your number 3? Will it be your top batter, the one person you have in your mind, or would you perhaps take a punt by looking at the situation and sending up somebody like a Stoinis or Alex Carey up the order?
Yeah, well, our batting order it'll be fluid, if you like. That's probably the best way, and it'll be flexible. I think you need to be in this game, depending on what bowlers have already bowled from the opposition team. I think the big part of the coach's job and all of the coaches when the game actually starts is trying to read what the opposition are going to do and when they might want to use their bowlers. And if we can work that out, then we know what batsmen we should be able to send. I mean, it's even the whole left-hand, right-hand combination thing is something that we want to try and achieve through this IPL. We've got Shikhar, we've got Hetmeyer, we've got Carey, we've got Rishabh. So we've got a lot of left-handers there. Then you put Prithvi, Rahane, Iyer, Stoinis. We've got right-handers as well. So it's all about trying to mix and match and coming up with the right match up for you as a team. So that's how we're going to be. That's how we're going to play. And we think if we get those things right, it's going to give us a good chance of winning more games than we lose.
Right. In any case, we'll have to wait till the first game of Delhi Capital to see what would be of playing 11, your actual combination. But I'll take this liberty to ask you, Ricky, in all fairness, how does Ajinkya Rahane fit into your scheme of things? Is he an automatic selection in the first 11?
No, he's not an automatic selection. And, I've already spoken to him about that. That was one of the first conversations I had when I landed here with Jinx was about one, about the expectations of him and how I want him to play, and two, some areas that I thought I could work with him to actually improve his T20 batting. You know, I didn't know Jinx that well before I arrived, but to be honest, he has not put a foot wrong. His training and his preparation has been absolutely outstanding. I'd like to think that he'd probably say that some of the things I've been talking to him about have made him a better player already. But he's right now probably arguably been our standout batsman right the way through. You know, all the guys at the top have been great. I mean, Prithvi's in sensational touch. Shikhar's in really good touch. Shreyas, I think, has probably had the best 12 months of his life coming into this IPL. So he's obviously confident as well. But look, Jinx has not done a thing wrong. And he gives us that other option. As I said, he's not an automatic selection, but definitely right now he's someone that's in our calculations for the first game.
Right. And I hope what you said is taken in all fairness, because these days, as you and me both well know, that the media certainly wants to take out news points and they make a big fuss about something individuals say. But having said that, I'm not going to ask you, Ricky, about who are your first choice for overseas players. I won't ask you. But when you look at somebody like a Shimron Hetmyer, I'm sure you have got a lot of options because he's very good. He's been in good nick. He gives you a good option for number 5. But are you perhaps, Ricky, slightly bothered by maybe the lack of firepower down the order? Would you have rather had somebody, one of your favorites in the Australian team, somebody like a Glenn Maxwell?
No, look, that's the way the auction works out. You have there's certain guys that you target sort of going into the auction. You have option 1, option 2, option 3. You know, even sometimes more than that. I mean, you've only got to go back and look through the auction to realise that we did have a really good run at Maxwell. You know, at the end of the day, we just ran out of money. We couldn't afford him in the auction. But Hetmyer was someone else that we held in really high regard, and we're exceptionally happy that we've got him in our middle order. Now, you know, maybe he's not batting at number 5 or number 6. Maybe he's batting somewhere higher in the order. You know,